Boxers, you know we got to talk about the dopamine hit we received from the Nike campus today.
Yeah, dude. What was that?
They're bringing it to life.
What was that, dude? That's the
That's
box.
the same box that they had the AR content that they created to showcase the Air Force Ones that Clegg put up. They're creating it in real life. So, like Kuro just said, he has a box that he's going to create to display those off-white translucent Prestos that he's receiving soon. You can just leave your Air Force Ones in the box and showcase them.
So, so you're saying that the shoes that you get in, you won't even have to open it
Yes,
because you'll be able to just see it, and it'll probably do some AR shit.
100%. I
Oh
would
wow!
bet on that being some AR shit.
Who would innovate like that?
You know,
Yo, Dre, have you ever been in that situation where you don't know what shoes are in the box
all the time.
and you're like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna wear whatever is on the floor here because I don't feel like dealing with this.
Well, I can't do a fuck it. I'm gonna wear what's on the floor because the shoes to me are the foundation of an outfit. So I gotta have the right shoes to set off everything else. So I'll just go through all of those bitches until I find the right one that I'm looking for.
Dude, yo, who would innovate like this?
It's not many. I can say that.
Yo, Dre, by the way, did you see the Jordan 1 silhouettes that the custom Alchemist ones that Tetra has?
No.
I'm gonna pin that up at the top at some point. I'm gonna go look for it right
Yeah, those are fire.
Do you think they brought those boxes into Nike, or do you think that Nike was showing them?
Right.
Bro, they innovated how much stuff at Nike.
They
I
brought
don't.
that shit.
They
I
had
bet
to.
money we see Nike do it here soon on a pair of Nikes. I bet money. They do that with
Oh
every
yeah,
designer
within
that they come
like
across.
yeah, within like 6 months for
Easily.
sure, right?
Easily.
Yeah,
Watch how many
you're
things
even
that we see
seeing.
that are introduced from our community that become a Nike staple. It's inevitable.
Yeah, I swear to God, I saw a product from one of the Air Force One collections on a recent Nike shoe. I can't remember which one. Yeah, that's fire. So you think? I know that they came up with the ideas, but you think that that's like when we were talking last night about like who's making the runs on these shoes. Do you think that they got like outside manufacturers for those boxes, or you think that was a concept and Nike's like, all right, here's what our guys came up with, or is Artifact saying, here's what our guys came up with, we're running with it? I wonder how that conversation goes, and which way not that
I'm
it really matters. I'm just curious.
I would think that
I'm pretty.
it's always since they are now like officially they Nike. Like these dudes have Nike official positions. Like Anya told us, right? Like I forgot all about that, but it's the truth. It's a fact. So all of those things I would say would be manufactured under the Nike umbrella because it only makes sense. I don't think they would want them to outsource it anywhere else, right? Because wouldn't that take away from the standard that Nike has for itself as a business and the quality that they look to deliver?
Yeah, these are all in house. I want to point out something though. Take a mental check, and think about yesterday. Now think about today. I just want to point out how quickly shit changes by just one tweet. So here's my thinking. That shit is in house. They've probably been making it with Nike creators. They've probably been working hand in hand, and this is probably going to be a first style of shoebox that is integrated with AR tech and probably has a form of display to show off the shoes to where you probably don't even have to open the box if you don't want to. So now imagine that actually being just pushed everywhere and maybe even starting a new form of, let's just say, level of sneakers. You'll start seeing like highly sought after valuable shoes with this new AR box concept. It probably won't be the Artifact logo on it. It'll probably be Nike, but I'm pretty sure we can expect, if what I'm thinking is correct, we can expect that level of innovation when it comes to these types of shoes. But I just wanted to seriously point out we have to remember how quickly shit can change. If it comes back that it's been taking so damn long because they've been putting screens inside of boxes, AR tech, and trying to connect all this shit together. I'm fine with that shit, but it just takes time.
But I know this
So
is
yeah.
your for real,
Yeah,
Shadow. This is
dude.
your first
Yeah.
rodeo here doing this one of these cycles. This is something that yesterday wasn't an anomaly, right? It's not like it was just a one off. Like, oh man, this shit is great. This is something that we have gone through as a community. I say, what, this is like our third, fourth, maybe fifth time. It might be sixth, seventh.
Fifth.
We've done this.
It's five and up. Five and
Yeah,
up. We
we've
go
done
through
this,
this all the
so
time.
it's not
We
a
have the same
shocking. It's
combos.
not shocking for us to have those type of conversations. It was just time for that type of conversation. You know how pressure builds up, and you got to hit the pressure release button so things don't explode. That's where we were at yesterday, and it's happened many of times. So I welcome you to the community because now you're really in because you've seen it all damn near at this point. But to answer your question,
Yeah.
yes. That's exactly what's going to happen as well. Or to speak about your statement, that's exactly what's going to happen.
And to be fair,
Nike's
to them,
going to take this innovation, utilize it, and it's going to be a whole new chapter in sneaker boxes, I guess.
Shadow. They told us about these boxes too. They told us about the looking windows. They told us about the AR. There's been, I mean, and then they show us the box today, one day after the full moon, one day after I show my ass. Okay.
Wait.
But you know
Uh,
what? It's okay. But what is cool is like that box is, they told us that, like, and it's like it's like you hear about things, but you don't know if it's real until you see it. And so I love when what they say is part of the future becomes reality. Seeing that box today gave me a warm feeling down my spine. You know what I'm saying?
can y'all hear me? Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm outside. So, is our worry that they're just like they gonna disappear and never return because they came out with that box? Not you specifically, Baron, but like I see some things on the timeline, like, no, there's artifacts dead. Like, wait, so you're worried they're just gonna disappear? Like, just leave? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Like, no, the shit's gonna come out. I think
Yeah.
it's interesting to see the threads I've read in the past.
Yeah. For me,
Baron, your concerns are fucking really valid, bro. You bring up so many good points. The timing of the tweets has nothing to do with it. Your points were fucking valid, bro. There's the communication needs to be worked on. There's a lot of things that need to be worked on. But I always just know in the back of my head, like, it's getting like the shit's gonna come out. Like, sure, they suck at communicating, but like, I'm gonna get my Air Force Ones and the box is gonna be dope. Like, I know that's coming, right? Otherwise, there's big problems if you've if you've shown something and sold something and it just never comes. Like, then you got some issues, and I'll deal with that. Like, we'll deal with that later. But
it was
I
dope
don't think
because
that
they
your
took.
feelings aren't valid, bro. They were, bro.
No,
You
no,
make good
no. I
points.
know that. I think it was good. Like they also, it's like the tweet, the content, like everything was there. I love it, man. That's why I love these guys. I know they're doing cool shit, and they put stuff on their Instagram, and they shared it on Twitter today, and it's this thing. My God, when these shoes come out, I'm just stoked. I can't wait to hear what Tevi has to say in Shadow. I could go on and on.
Well, I'm gonna start with. Shadow pointed out what I was gonna say. Uh, I was gonna start there for sure because I know there's a lot of demon vibes that were flowing yesterday. And like Dre said, like there's a release valve and it has to happen. But my hope is that every time we go through these little cycles, it makes it easier to not get to that boiling point because it's the same thing that happens every single time, right? We get to the boiling point, we explode, they drop a little something, and we're like, oh, that's right, they're working on this. Yeah, 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 they're gonna do it. And then we get back to center. So I would just like to skip right over the explosion part of it and just keep the vibes going. But anyways, what I was gonna say though is that that T-shirt, that season 1 T-shirt that they had to put in the picture. Why?
Which one? The robot nut?
Yes, the robot nut. I love that shirt. I know people people are not excited about it, and there's like so much fun around the nut. There was like so much fun around it. But I'm like, I love that shirt. And like of all the T-shirts that they could put out there, that's what I'm excited about. And they had that with the box. The contrast was perfect. I thought that shot was amazing. And you know, today was
Are
a
they
good day.
dropping a nut on us?
Yeah,
Here's a nut that put on your face, Baron. Nuts.
exactly. I was thinking of you,
Yeah, dude,
Baron.
that's
I'm
fucking
not gonna lie.
awesome.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's
I
fun.
was thinking
The
of you.
last time too, when I said about like the tweets, Ben sent out a tweet about like something. I'm like, dude, he is fucking trolling me, dude. I
Is anybody
fucking love
talking?
that.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, we're
All right.
100% talking.
Um,
I'll
Yeah,
start.
I'm not gonna lie, Baron. I was 100% thinking about you, and I was like, I can picture you smiling, and two things are probably going through your mind. Number one, see, this is why we have these little explosions, so then stuff happens. Or number two, it was, well, I should have just trusted the process, and maybe it was probably more of a little bit of both, right? But I just had a smile on my face when I saw the pic come out earlier today. I was like, yep, uh, there's gonna be some self reflection and everything. So, anyways, that's what I wanted to say. But to Comp's point, like everything you said is 100% valid. So I don't think this takes away any of that. I think this is more of why we need that stuff to be worked out. But for the people here, it's like this is the same process, right? So again, my point is let's skip right over it because we know how it's gonna go eventually, right? But if you need to let it out, this is the place for it, and we're all here for it.
No, that's what I wanted to say too. I'm just grateful and thankful that we have this platform and this community for us to have these conversations, and it's not just festering as individuals, because that turns out to be so much more detrimental to the growth than anything else. So it's all needed, man. Everything happens in divine timing. Baron speaking his mind is all warranted, because again, I agree with Comp, I agree with Tevi. You weren't far off from what you were saying, and I'm sure some of that information got back to where it needs to get back to for these actions to happen in the first place. So it's just a cycle, man. It's it's part of the process. But we all, including them, are learning during this process. We got to keep that in mind, because we've never been through this before, and neither have they. So this is just where we are in the present moment, and we're gonna keep going from here.
yeah, like when they put out something like that today, no matter what, just it to me it feels like we're in this together. You know what I mean? And that's what it felt like. I know they can't be like the OG days. You know, I know it can't be like this, but that's what I felt like today. It was all sorts of messages, and like you said, it's divine timing. That's all I'll think about. I hate getting fired up. It's a trait of mine that, but is it happens. I'm not like going to reflect on the past. What I will do is just know that we're in this together more. You know what I mean? That's it. It's because it's fuck. Other people have come up with the idea of that box, dude. And no one could pull it off. No one could pull it off and convince Nike to let them do it. It's like, nah, it's going to get punctured. You can't do it. It's damaged. It's not cool.
I'm excited.
Appreciate you guys.
I'm excited to see what else, because that's just the very beginning. If we talking about a box,
Don't say it.
this is just the
And
Don't
very
say it.
beginning.
think about it, right? Like the Rimowa. I'll just give you one example. The Rimowa. Did we know that the Rimowa case was going to have the little robot popping out? We had no clue. That thing was just like, oh, by the way, it does that too, right? And then when we minted the AF1s, the T-shirts that they threw in there, oh, yeah, by the way, that's just there. Okay. What? But they're extracting from us, right? Okay. So I'm just saying, like, when you take a step back and you look at the full picture, it's not all rosy, but there's enough good positive things that we can look back on what's positive to get us through the
Yeah,
dark
but
moment.
Tevi, the only people complaining are people that are over leveraged that don't have like
No, 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 no,
income
no, no, no.
outside of
We can't say
NFTs.
that. We can't say
No,
that.
I can
Not
say that.
true.
I
That's
can
not.
say that, bro. I
That's
can,
not true.
and I will. Okay, because
I
it's
mean,
the truth.
okay. Let me rephrase it.
Dude,
You can
so
say
then
that.
you're over leveraged.
You can
Complain.
have that opinion, but I don't think it's a we can make it like an all or nothing statement. There's definitely some over leveraged
Oh, I
people,
thought we were speaking on one
but there's
specific person. Oh.
Yeah, dude, you just said all fudders are over leveraged.
There's only one fodder. The other people giving their opinions are not fudders. It's the guy attacking people that is a fodder. It's because he's over leveraged. He
oh,
sucks at life. He doesn't know what he's doing in life, and he should probably just floor it and get the fuck out. That's like my opinion. If you're gonna attack people, that's when you should floor it and get
okay,
the fuck
gotcha,
out.
gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I
Yeah,
apologize. I'm gonna mute
that
now.
was a
Sorry.
really good form of miscommunication. We're all good.
yeah.
And I'm
But
glad I don't know who the Max Futter is. I think I know, but I really,
Oh,
I'm
we
just,
know.
God,
I'll
Hey,
tell you.
y'all
I
know
did not even know.
as these companies build a good reputation portfolio, executing things with brands like Nike, that they're gonna start signing off different concepts way faster. Like, I mean, it's really gonna start to hit an avalanche. We're in the fetal position of this right now. So as they get confidence in these companies, we're gonna see it take off for sure.
I
Exactly.
mean,
That's
look
that's
at
the
it this
point
way.
I've been speaking about forever now. The fact that these innovations that are being created and applied will affect so many other companies across the board. It's not just a Nike thing, man. This is evolution in technology, evolution for real in life type thing. Because these types of executions will change everything, and this is only the beginning. But let's go to the hands. Let's go to
It's
the homie Jack because I want to hear what he got to say.
I'm on a
Yeah, we got to get to the hand.
I'm on a totally different vibe. I'm gonna do a 180 with the entire space. So if you really want to throw it to me, I will totally take us into a really cool IYKYK. I'm passed out on the floor in Prez's space pod kind of mindset. If y'all want to hear it.
I
I'm there. I'm already in there.
I expected nothing less from you, bro. Let's run.
Okay, Shadow. I think you were talking earlier about the shoebox, the Air Force Ones maybe being opened, maybe not. And it's like, what if they can prove on chain that we actually dead stock the sneaker inside the box because the box itself was never opened? Like, what if that is some kind of hibernation
woo.
or evolution that might actually hit with these
What?
sneakers, y'all? Like, we could
What?
have an entirely different collector experience in this shit.
There's that conspiracy vibe. The opium is back. Jack is cooking with
Hey,
the
where's our
Ever
tinfoil
open the
hat?
gasoline.
box? Ever?
Dude came in here with gasoline and
Bro.
firecrackers and just all of that mixed
That's
together.
my dream is a perfect
Wait,
seal, dude.
I
I
mean,
Oh,
didn't hear what
that
Jack said. All I heard was a fucking bell. What did you say, Jack?
it's like that thing. I mean, it could be kind of like tamper tape, which is like a shitty Web 2 solution to proving that nothing has been tampered with because it's hackable. So like blockchain on tamper proof systems, like that is a use case that's abstracted away from any consumer or end user. And if they actually did integrate that into this to then make out a concept that could truly push a collector and yeah, I guess technically the collector experience forward, I think that would be amazing. Take the notes.
No, that's
Got
facts.
it on
Let
record.
Yeah, I heard
me,
you there.
let me
Kith just
I'm
now
gonna
I'm
dropped.
on
I'm
the
gonna take a
I'm on the
screenshot of
floor.
Ronnie Fake
I'm
just
gonna take a
dropped
screenshot of something
that
and post
collection
it.
with Marvel where it was similar to a collectible, right? Where you had to peel the seal of the box in order to open the shoes, and then there was inside another bag in the shoe that you had to rip open, and it came with multicolored shoes that represented one of the X-Men and a collectible trading card. So he made the entire experience a collectible experience. But for those who just want to collect the boxes and never open them up, he also gave them the choice to do that as well. And that's how you know for sure that it's a dead stock pair that you own. So, I mean, that would be fire if they did implement that idea. For real. That would be stupid, though.
So, like, I have a dead stocked FaZe Clan Wag Me jersey, size XL, and I'm so proud of it, y'all, because, like, that is the singular piece of anything in my entire lifetime I have dead stocked, and it's an Artifact Wag Me jersey. So, like, but there's no proof of it, right? Like, it's in the package, but it's like, I don't know. Like, there's no NFC chip, there's no proof that I'm holding it, kind of thing, but it's kind of special. So imagine bringing that experience on chain, and then it's like, yo, if you did want to buy a truly dead stocked physical and you had the digital to prove that that exact physical was actually dead stocked, I mean, that's provenance right there. That's 50 years from now. What are the true artifacts? How do you experience like the opening of a box? Like, you have the physical artifact that you can prove on the duration of time. It's an entire evolution of an experience, fam. All we needed was a box, comp. Tell Zap we need more pictures. Stat.
Stat. Stat. I like
Who
That
would have
that.
thought
IG,
that
Jack.
he's
clone
got such a
community?
great IG. Just follow his IG.
Who would have thought that after all the damage that boxes have caused the clone community, that it would be a box that brought us back together only in a single day?
Dude, you know what they say?
Every coin got two sides.
You know what they say about boxes,
Unbelievable.
huh? Life is like a box
We hate the boxes.
of chocolates. You never know what's
We hate the boxes. Love the boxes. We don't know what the fuck we like. We don't know what we want. I'll tell you that right now. What's up, Shadow?
No, yeah, sorry for the bells. I'm just out here trying to wake people up. Make sure you wake up, bro.
What was that? I
Yeah.
couldn't hear you. My bad.
There you. Oh, what was that one? Hold up. Is that a button? I forget.
No,
Yeah,
that was Tevy's. What do you have, Tevy?
I got a little. It's the
That
drum.
was his ferret.
Yeah, I have a chinchilla.
Chinchilla.
Bro, I used to have a guinea pig. I love that little dude.
Well,
Chinchillas are amazing, though.
R.I.P.
Hey,
basically,
Shadow,
that idea.
did you start reading the patent on CryptoKicks?
I never got the patent.
What, bro? I sent it
Yeah,
to
you
you.
did. We all
He
got
sent
put
it
in
to you. I remember.
Yo, you read that,
Yep, I
Shadow?
remember.
It's a wrap. You should get on that.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't read it, but if you do, man, you better be ready.
Oh my God,
Hey,
he just
Tevi, send it to
printed.
me right now because I don't have it from you.
Maybe you should.
Ooh, all right. Well,
Maybe
I'm gonna pin it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pin it to the top, and anyone who's interested in reading it can go read it.
don't read it.
And here's what I will recommend is for those days that you're feeling low on hopium, on energy, that the moon is high in the sky, it's full and it's beautiful and light and all that stuff is going on, and you're wondering how boxes, which kind of box is a good box versus a bad box. Just read the summary of the CryptoKicks patent. Okay? You read that, and then your life will be better. So I'm gonna pin it to the top, and then we can continue this conversation.
Shadow.
But no, yeah, I'm gonna
When
check
you
it
read
out.
that, when you read it, I want you to please think about the shoe pet that it refers to, because I think that it's like a pet shoe, and it's always. So I've always wondered, like, is that what Animus is, or is that what dunks are going to become, and that's what
If
vials are? So
if
anyway,
something in there says a pet shoe, it is Animus. But I'm gonna read it though. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's Animus because Animus is wearing shoes and Animus have vials in them. But I'm gonna take a look at it. But no, before we go
when
too,
we first read the contract and it talked about pet shoes, Jack and I lost our minds. We were like, really? We're going to have pet shoes. And now we're here. That was, Jack, how long ago?
Many, many moons, my good sir. That was when we had a
That's,
river of drip and hopium.
it's all happening, though.
Yo, so what's the floor on the shoe, or like what's the deal with that? They're different than the forged shoes, right?
No, so the AF ones are the forged shoes that we just did back in April, and Dre Mill put on a ton of sneaker soapboxes, which actually probably inspired me to pick up a couple. So when those turn into the coolest damn shoes in the universe, you know, I got the Bad Take crew and core here to thank on that one, because that was fun. But like, yeah, dude. I mean, the Forge was a future lore event. I mean, it was a future event. It's kind of the only event we've actually had. So if we were to, I don't know. I mean, it could make sense if the shoes have something in the box. It's kind of like a cool way that the monolith. Sorry, totally not related to the monolith. Totally separate boxes. It'd be cool though. Be a nice little.
Oh, let me jump in real quick because I'm gonna forget what I'm trying to say. Listen, that idea, Jack, is amazing. But it brings me back to the whole thing from the beginning. And that wasn't towards you at all, Baron. I was more on compound side where I was like, all of a sudden, like the very next day, which would be today, like I'm seeing all these people, I guess, from last night that I'm not following. And a lot of them are like, you know, either edging this guy on, the whole Ramoa dude, or they're just like echoing this like sentiment. And I'm like, that's fine. But it was just really weird because it kind of like was like the next day, it was kind of like everywhere. And then we have the box, right? So yes, it is my first rodeo, but the reason why I can't really speak on things is because I'm not in the same waiting period as you guys. I try to just imagine it. But what if I'm being 100% honest, what I think is taking so long is because they are trying to innovate, and every single thing that they're coming out with is going to be like this box. So the shoe, like that box. The CIRLs, like that box. The Animus, like that box. Everything is going to come out and is going to be a new take on how things would normally be done, and possibly be the things that people in the past have tried to do but could not pull off. And that is what's probably taking so long. And and I'm fine with that. But, it is what it is. I just wanted to make sure I was clear that was not towards you, Baron. It was
Crystal
towards
clear, dude. I
the
don't take things personally. Can't, won't, don't. Love you, my guy. And you're dead on.
Guys, Shauna just walked by my computer screen, and I'm in on cyber. Jack's like laying on the ground, and Prez is crip walking, and she goes, "Oh my God, someone's dead!" And then there's somebody crip
Hey, what
walking.
world are we
I
in?
told you
What world we
I'm
in?
on the floor, y'all. I'm floored as fuck.
I know, bro.
I
That's why I
just
went
hear
to
her
your
go, "Oh my
profile to
God,
look for the
someone's dead." I
link.
said that's
Hey,
Jack.
link me.
CloneX Radio. Just do oncyber.io /CloneX Radio.
Okay.
Yo, shout out to Prez though
It's in the comments.
on the CloneX Radio, because he's streaming Bad Takes Space in his On Cyber pod, and he's putting ads out in the Holder channel on Discord. Y'all, Prez doing the grassroots marketing out here and hosting the digital space. Pulled my ass in here. That's why I heard Shadow. That's where the hype came from.
Let's fucking go. Jump in on cyber if you got your VRMs ready. Tevi, what's good? You know what's funny was hearing Tevi and Shadow trying to fight for the microphone earlier.
I know.
They were both going in. I was like, "Oh shit, that's a battle."
Oh, but yeah, no, I wanted to take it back real quick to earlier when we were talking about Artifact kind of setting the trend and how things are going to be done. What I wanted to point out is that it's already like everything that Artifact has done with the RFID, or sorry, the NFC chips. That's already happening. Like, we're already seeing the shift in how people are approaching the fashion space. All of the big fashion brands like Puma, I bought the shoe, right? Like, just released a pair of shoe with the NFC tag inside. They're leveraging the same technology. And it all goes back to proving authenticity, as well as introducing like new new way of connecting with your product, with your your kicks and all that. So all that the shift we've been talking about, the like what we think Artifact is bringing and how we think the industry is moving, it's already happening. Like I've been posting articles upon articles of LVMH, Puma, brand after brand after brand are
Virgin
utilizing.
Galactic.
Yeah, yeah, that too. But brand after brand after brand, like leveraging this tech to implant into their clothing, um, for one, the authenticity, but also as a as part of their reward program and all these different things. So it is happening in real time, right? Like if you take a quick step back, like it is happening in real time, and the next unlock is gonna hit when these hit the market wide, and now you're seeing, wow, this is how AR can augment a lot of these things on a grander scale. Everyone's going to move to that. But before I forget, I will find this video for you guys, and I'm either going to pin it here if I find it early enough, or I'm going to tweet it tomorrow. But there was a video showing how AR could be used for shopping in catalogs, and at some point down the road where people are kind of flipping through hard catalogs, right? But it projects the shoe, and now you can kind of flip the shoe around. And the idea was that it augments how you're now interacting with the product before you buy it. Now you can like zoom on it, whatever, so you don't even need the physical shoe anymore, and you can browse a much larger collection. But I'll find it, I'll pin it. There's a lot of really cool stuff that's happening with AR, and really a lot of the stuff that Artifact is building right now is where the world is going. So I will find it and pin it. Give me 1 second.
Yo, Tevi, I got a thought or a follow up even. The NFC tech, it's out, but it's not linked to anything yet. Like that link doesn't do anything except show like, hey, yeah, you have the first one. But it's like once that link can start to do something, that's when I think we actually take it to the next level. Because just putting the chip in the garment that came out, the first written record I have found anyway, is the Luxo white paper in 2019. They spelled out connecting NFC chips to physical garments to prove authenticity. So that idea has been out for like 3-4 years at this point, and Artifact's executing on it. But like, I want to see them take it to the next level, kind of thing. And I don't know, dude. Crypto Kicks, that entire patent was right in that 2019 era too, and all this stuff's just happening now, fam. Like it could connect, and it could connect in the most beautiful of ways.
Yeah, I mean, like this tech is, it's not easy to execute on. Like ideas are easy, right? Like it's really well, actually they're not easy, but it's a concept is easy to come up with, or fairly easy. The execution and manufacturing, that's the hard part, right? And it's one thing to have a prototype, it's another to be able to manufacturing it at mass level with the same quality and making it repeatable. So it does take time to perfect the process, but once you have that down, you can replicate it, and that's when adoption takes off because now you can get this thing into people's hands. And once Artifacts proves out the concepts, they refine the process, Nike can take that and push it to the next level, and it doesn't have to be like the full on box that Artifact has, but they can leverage the same technology, they can leverage all that stuff. And really when you think about it, it's it's kind of like the car industry, right? Like you have Formula One, which has all of the technology, like the fastest everything or whatever, but then that technology then trickles down into your everyday car. It's not the latest and greatest of all that, but it leverages it. So it's a process. It's a process. And it's, but when this hits and we're getting really close, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, Johnny should be able to connect his microchip to WeChat or his NFC chip and just pay with that, not have to use his phone or anything while he's in China. Just tap your hoodie right to the little terminal, take it from my account. The system's there.
It's the rails are in place. Okay. Hey, God, that tweet today. I gotta hit on it one more time. Everything I said last night, 85% of it is addressed by those simple pictures. Just that. And so, for anybody listening, more of that. I know you guys can't put anything in writing. I get it. But those types of pictures are great when they're available. That's, I guess, a happy medium. We could call it a really, really happy medium because that shit's fire. Yo, Jack, you're coming off mute. You got anything to say? Because I'm about to go switch gears.
I just think it's great, Baron. The smallest little droplet of that lime green hopium. Your skin's glowing bright green again. You're back. This is you're 85% back. I think it's great. I mean, this is the first anything that's been relevant that's been tweeted in a while. So yeah, it's good.
It is. It's fire. Second thing, it's also really good stuff. I have been washing and wearing the shit out of these clothes, and I'm telling you, I can't get them to crack. Okay, I can't get any cracking in any of the decals or whatever you want to call it.
The vinyl and everything, so it's good
Man,
quality.
point. I thought like I could get the blade that's on that Genesis hoodie, like to come off or start peeling off because it's so thick and heavy and like feels like pure like a rubber. This stuff is of the highest quality, and
That's the detail I like to hear
another.
because I'm big on that. I'm big on
Yeah,
that
dude,
for
me
sure.
too. Like I want to make sure that we're not. It's like there's, and that's it's another. It's exactly what Tevi and Shadow and everybody else and me on a good night talk about. It's like the reason these things take long is because it has to be perfect. That's the only way the only way they operate. Um, that's probably why we don't have the MK hoodies. That shit had a lot of, what did you call it? Point, not decals, but lettering, or what
Oh
is it?
yeah, the vinyl, the
Yeah, that
vinyl.
had a
Yep,
lot of that on it, and it
vinyl
probably didn't
printing.
come back as good as they wanted it, and so they said, "No, we got to make this right." So, yeah, man, it's this. There's a reason I said I wasn't going anywhere, and oh man, I hope when somebody else is having a bad night, they just come in here. The people that can't, that just keep writing on the timeline, like they got other issues. I'm not going to even. It's not my job to go figure out what they are, but I know that I'm not gonna. I'm not. I can't give it the time of day. Um, I'll push back a little bit on the timeline with them, but definitely. And people, I think they're here now realize it's like they're not resting their laurels or taking any like input away from those tweets. But maybe I'm being naive and thinking that. That's all I got.
I don't know, bro. I think that's how we found Pumpisha. Remember, he was hot on the timeline, and we said, "Come into Spaces, come into Bad Take." Yo, Pumpisha is changed, bro. He flipped. Yeah, bro. I love Pump. I'm glad he came into Spaces. Maybe he just needed a spot to vent, bro. Remember that day he came in here? I remember. Somehow Pumpisha
Never.
single-handedly pumped the floor by himself with like 800 followers. Yeah, dude. When Pump tweets, it means something.
He's gonna be famous. He already is in my eyes. Yeah, I'll never forget those days. The guy's a legend.
Shadow, what's good?
No, I was talking. I was listening and talking to my wife. She was like, I was catching her up, and her favorite thing is they cooking because she likes figuring out what the new hip words are to say. And I was like, yeah, they cooking. They just had to, and I just thought about it. I was like, the boiling water just got too hot. They had to like splash some ice in there, get the steam going, cool shit off today. That's basically what they did. But they still cooking though. They were just like, oh, this shit too hot over here. Cool that shit down. Let's keep cooking. But yeah, it's coming, bro. Um, y'all know what I've been on all day today.
She
I
wants the new slang.
Yeah, she likes slang.
What do we
She
got
works
for
at
her,
a school,
Stanley?
so
Wait, can we give her one or two other words?
Yeah, let's give her some shit. What we got?
but it has to be usable for a school though, because
Oh,
she likes embarrassing the kids with slang.
my
She
favorite thing to do:
um,
ask my
what's
little
up?
cousin. Ask my little cousin for slang. If she's like 17, 18, maybe a senior, and I'll ask her, and then I'll use it the wrong way on purpose, like just completely wrong. And she's
Yeah,
just like,
that's what it
she thinks it's the cringiest thing ever. And I go, "What? I'm not nailing it, or what?" Yeah. So
does. Yeah,
whatever we teach her, just have her use it the wrong way. It's the funniest thing.
she uh, she told
Little kids hate cringe.
yeah, she's basically they're getting the whole school ready and all this other stuff, and they got like an after school program. And the kids in there, they were like, I guess asking her what she was doing, and she was like, "Y'all got to go back. I'm in here. I'm cooking. I'm cooking." And they're like, "No, stop, stop." She's like, "I'm cooking." So yeah, but no,
See,
yeah.
they hate hearing it. They hate hearing it.
Yeah. But no, man, seriously, I did want to say, I wanted to talk to you, Comp, actually, because I don't know if you saw it or not. But I know you are an ape holder. So, just trying to get. Oh, you and Kiro, right? Kiro, you got apes, right? Oh, Kiro's not even here. Damn. All right, so Comp, I know you got an ape. What is your honest feeling about this rec league? Yeah, rec league.
Bro, you're gonna do this to me? You're gonna put me on a spot on a recorder space? Bro, like, I don't know. The gameplay looked booty. I don't like those side by side fighting games, like Mortal Kombat looking games. Like, it looks like a game that I probably could have downloaded in the '90s in like a Java browser or something and battled back and forth together. I'll probably check it out because I'm not gonna discount anything. But my initial impression, I already told you that too. But
So,
I don't want to be known
go
as some
ahead.
futter, but like that's just like what I think. Like that's just the games that I guess I'll try it, but I just I've never been a fan of those kind of toe to toe fighter
Eh,
games. You know what I mean?
eh, that's totally fine. I mean, that part is, I'm not like, oh, you need to like this game. But I was genuinely interested because Dre Millie, you're the one that put me on, because this morning I was just out of the blue. I wasn't even on Twitter. I checked back tape first. I saw I was tagged in something. I checked it out. But what really got me is that this Jonah dude, he's mostly negative about games, and he was positive. I was like, okay, he's positive about a game. I need to check this out, right? And then we had an ape in bad tape. I didn't even know we had an ape holder in bad tape. And then he was like, "Yo, check out this article," and I'm reading through it, and this is before I'm seeing any gameplay. The only reason why I'm excited about it, it is an arcade style fighting game, like you were saying. But the only reason why it has me excited is because I want to see firsthand what happens when you mix Web 3 and Web 2, like what they're about to do. Because that idea of you own, for instance, like let's say clone, so everybody understands and I don't have to explain a whole other project. Let's say all of CloneX, we're all playable fighting characters. Actually, goddamn, that sounds like a really good idea. Huh. Okay. Anyways, all the
There's
Clone
a
X
there's a
characters.
game you could do that with. You could plug in your VRM that you have now, and you could play. I've seen people plug it in. POV, you know the name of
Okay.
it or the website?
It's literally, bro, like VRM fight, bro. There's a
Yeah.
if you type in on Google VRM playable games, it gives you a site that gives you a list where you literally can just file click your VRM and play the bike riding game
You
where you're like
play with your
delivering
clone.
pizzas or something. Yeah, you can do running games, collecting stars, all type. There's one game, bro, that makes your VRM like it bends them over into like a bike shape. It just puts wheels on their hands. It's weird as hell, but like,
Huh.
yeah.
Well, that's cool. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. But no, like, so this thing, right? The easiest way to put it is imagine CloneX. Imagine we just got DNA as like the characters, and then we got like a separate box that had random items like the clothing that we wear, the glasses, everything that a clone has that makes them different. All of that stuff. Let's say that was just secondary. And then you add what you want on your clone, which is probably what we're going to be able to do with the inventory app. You add what you want on your clone, and then boom, you mint that thing. You mint it, put all that stuff together, and then you have the clones that are the PFPs that we have right now. Right? They all have different stats and all these different abilities and stuff. But how do we mix that with Web two? Well, what we don't do is we don't force them to buy NFTs. Okay, and I respect that point of what they're trying to do. The first step is they're not trying to make them buy NFTs. The second step is they're going to allow them to interact with a system that they're already used to. And what that system is there's a free to play fighting game where you can play as a clone. And a Web 2 person who doesn't know about crypto, doesn't know about NFTs, he just thinks that the game is a pretty cool game. He's like, yo, I only have this generic fighter. And it's like, go to the store to find a fighter that matches and resembles you. Okay. I go to the store. Oh, this Dre Millie character looks pretty cool. Oh, this compound dude looks like, a ninja with wings, all that cool stuff. Let me go with this compound dude. How much is it? $15? Cool. Now I have compound and I have the flying ability, the laser eye, like whatever ability, compound the NFT has. But they're just buying the digital asset of it like as if they were buying any other skin in any other game as an unlockable. But what's going to shock them is how many different ones there are. And I'm pretty sure there will be some that are more popular than others based off of rarity, right? So, like the alien fighters, but they'll probably be more expensive, like 30, $40 a piece. Like, that's basically what this wrecked league is basically doing. They're not going to integrate Web 2 into Web 3, but they're going to allow Web 3 to not only play the same game as Web 2, but they're going to allow those who have all the pieces to make their mech. When you mint your mech, you can then sell your mech to Web 2 people in the store, in the actual store, and you get royalties and all that stuff based off of your sales. That, in my opinion, is genius as hell. I hope more people start doing it that are trying to get into this Web3 gaming thing because that's perfect. You're not forcing anybody to do anything. And it solves a lot of problems for me. And that's the only reason why I was really interested. Then I checked out the gameplay because they did have a live stream, and it looked all right. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the best, but it looked all right. They polished it up a little bit, add a little bit more animation to the movement, and it's not as clunky. I think Yuga can be onto something. But Animoca Brands, they do good work. They made that Power Ranger fighting game, Fight for the Grid. If any of y'all were aware of that game about 3 years or so ago, me and my friends played it. It was pretty cool. It's an arcade game. You can pick it
So
up. Anybody can pick it up. It's fun to play.
So you don't actually get to use your apes in the game. They have a specific set of pieces and parts that you can use that are design inspired by colors and themes of mutants, apes, and doggos, and whatever that fourth one was. And when you have those, you get to choose from those specific mech parts when you build your mech. And it's a initiative by ApeCoin to kind of start utilizing the ape coin and giving it a use case. And I'm a holder of ApeCoin, so I'm all for it. And I'm sure the ApeCoin is what is the pay to play side of it. Like you can buy extra parts, right? You buy extra upgrades and stuff like that. I think you'll utilize ApeCoin for that, from what I've seen.
Yeah. And also, I just want to make sure you know as well. You're going to get Yuga. Yuga is the top tier case. So it goes common, uncommon, rare, legendary, and then Yuga. So Yuga is like the mythic. But you, since you are a Mutant or Bored Ape Yacht Club holder, you're going to get a Mutant or Bored Ape Yacht Club mech. Each one is different and a totally different skin. So you're going to get an NFT just for being a holder, and you're going to have access to, I think, Yuga level crates. I think they're going to airdrop you two things: a Yuga mech for like a mutant ape if you have a mutant ape that's mutant ape themed, and then they're going to drop you a Yuga crate, which will have guaranteed Yuga parts that you can mix and match with other parts to make other types of mix. And the same for Coda, same for Bored Ape Yacht Club, and same for Kennel Club. But
Where's
here, what's up?
so where's Kiro when I need him? Like if I'm getting a free claim, Kiro knows what I'm about to do, baby. Kiro knows what to do.
Oh yeah, that was
I'm
going to be my
claiming.
last question, but I ask you if you had any interest in that NFT, because if not, I would buy it off you. But no, yeah, if you're going Florida, definitely go for it, because everybody's going to be getting an airdrop if you hold Yuga. But check this out, and this is the last thing, and then I'll just drop it. They said season one is Yuga because this game is made by Animoca Brands. Yuga is their partner, and it's their season one collaboration. Each season is going to have another top tier Web3 collaboration built into the mecha system. So potentially we can see Artifact, we can see Azuki, we can see all these different Web3s as a chest, right? It will replace the Yuga. The Yuga will be like in what video games is called, it'll be retired. So it'll be like the last chance to get these Yuga crates. And now Yuga crates are deflationary because there's only X amount of them available. And now you get like the artifact chest. And then there'll be season two, and in season three, it can be the pudgy penguins. Like the way that this thing is set up, I think is going to be a success as long as that gameplay gets polished out. But I want to see how Web 2 people respond to, hey, you don't have to buy NFT at all. Just find a fighter that has put a mech together, and you just buy that mech, and now you can play with that mech forever. And the person who owns that NFT gets a kickback. That, in my opinion, is awesome.
The it goes back to our conversation from the other night. Like no matter what tech is in it, no matter what they're doing, like the first step is just it's got to be fun. Like for anybody to want to fuck with it, right? It's got to be fun. And then second step, like the tech can be cool and the experience and everything. But that first step, if they don't complete that first step of it just being fucking fun to play, then it'll have a hard time. So I'm gonna claim my stuff. I'm gonna pull a Kuro. I'm gonna pull a Kuro. Class Shadow. One of the two.
Well, what do you have? Do you have a Coda or a Mutant Ape? What board ape
A
do
mute.
you? Okay, so mutants are a part of the second mint. So Codas are going first on the first day zero. They're giving Codas theirs for some reason. Mutant Ape is on
Coda.
the same day. Yeah, I don't know why, but Mutant Ape
Fuck
is
is a
on the same
Coda?
day the launch, and then Board 8 Yacht Club and Kennel Club are on Wave 3, which will be after the mint day for everybody else. So luckily, you're going to get your airdrop the same day that you can sell it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, but how do we know this game is fun? Okay.
Well, they had a
That,
gameplay
that
trailer.
I had to come up here because I just had to ask. Okay, because like they say, oh, Web3 games. Oh, check out my web. It looks like fucking Street Fighter, bro. How much thought was put into this? I need to know. I know that the customization system is fairly elaborate and stuff like that. That's what I'm excited about on this. I'm not fudding, by the way. I'm just, I'm trying to be the voice of reason here so that people don't go spend fucking 25 ETH on something that's really only worth 0.2.
Well, I'm definitely not spending 25 ETH, but I did watch that 30-minute gameplay trailer that they released today, and I will give you my opinion. My opinion is I can see the vision, and the movement needs to be polished up a little bit more. It needs to be more fluid, but I can see it as a easy to pick up mobile game or PC game that doesn't take a master in knowing Street Fighter frame mechanics and wave dashing and all the other stuff in these top tier competitive fighting games. I can see the vision, but I won't say it's gonna be a smash hit.
I could see the vision too, bro. Like, and I wanted to ask you specifically because I know you're one of the bigger gamers in our community, and like, okay, when you have unpolished animations, does it make you like feel upset when you're playing as well, or is it
Yeah,
just like a normie thing?
no, 100%. If
Oh,
I'm dashing and my character glitches out, or is just I could tell like one area of the map is like super like I walk around. I've played one game where the whole game looked amazing, but there was like this one brick, and you could tell everywhere that brick was that it was used to develop the game. That brick was not polished. It was not finished. It was so grimy, and you can obviously tell it against anything else in that game. Obviously, they updated it weeks later, but I personally couldn't stand playing that game because that brick was used so many places. I was like, yo, why did y'all not catch this shit? So, yeah,
see, because that's like the thing, right? It's like, have you played Destiny?
we can't mention that in this house. I
Oh,
was,
see,
I was,
see, that's the vibrations, bro.
hey,
I
I was,
need that type of vibrations. If you cannot mention a game in your house, that is a fucking superstar fucking game because it drains your time. That is the type of energy I need from these Web3 companies. You need to addict these normies, okay? I
uh,
don't even want them to buy my bags. I just want them to see my bags. That's it.
bro, I played Destiny day one Destiny, first day that I ever had a PlayStation. I was a part of a guild that took shit very seriously. We had to have practice runs for raid. We went for raid first. My wife used to watch it all the time. I played that game throughout high school and college. I
Yo,
dropped off probably like 4 years ago, but I had to drop off because it was interfering with work. And I was like, I gotta slow down on the video games, bro. I'm playing video games over anything else, and Destiny was my biggest sink. And every time somebody mentions it, I have to be like, yeah, about that.
bro, I just went down to listeners because I was playing Destiny 2. Okay. It's a mental illness. I don't care what anyone says. Playing Destiny is a mental illness, and you're absolutely correct. Because like it doesn't matter. I'll try and do the raid by myself, okay? If I can't find a team to play with. That's the type of mental illness I'm talking about. Um
You were one of those,
I
Kiro?
yeah, bro, I beat Vault of Glass by myself,
Hey,
baby.
that's
Put
pretty
guys
awesome.
By
yourself on top.
myself. I threw Atheon off that bitch with fire grenades.
That's pretty awesome, though. Yeah.
Bro, I used to do some of the craziest shit in Destiny, and then it's just like yourself. I realized, hey guys, maybe you guys don't want me around because I'm taking over the raid. There's 6 people trying to play, but I'm going straight to the end of the raid, glitching through walls, doing all types of crazy shit. Um, you know, and that's the type of vibrations we need. One Web3 game to have that type of vibration, Shadow, and I believe you know people will see clones. That's what I believe.
Yeah, my team, we were a part of the world's. We were trying to go for world's first. We got 15th in the world, which is pretty
What
good if you
for
think about.
Crota?
And no, for taking king, for taking king.
Oh, taking King
We
was a hard one, bro.
Yeah, and it took us to get our place to get our placement. It took us, what was it, 30 was 32? Yeah, it was 32 hours. And so I want y'all to realize I was in this raid playing Destiny for 30 something hours straight. And it was soon after that, it was actually 6 months after that where I was like, bro, I'm too into this game, man. It's taking over my life. It wasn't World of Warcraft for me. It wasn't League of Legends for me. It wasn't Call of Duty for me. It was Destiny. Destiny was that game where I was getting off work, hey, you know, hey, how was your day? All right, love you. Hope you have a good, nice sleep. I'm jumping on Destiny. She's waking up at 4 a.m. to go work out, do all of their stuff. I'm still playing Destiny. I'm getting like 2 hours of sleep before work, getting off work, jumping back into Destiny. It was addiction, bro. It was crazy.
Hey, sounds better than hard drugs though, bro. So it's like not the worst addiction. I feel like there's a lot of, bro. That's how I am with video games though, dude. I go in, I go in. Um, I feel like Web3 is full of a bunch of people with some kind of addiction problem, and now we found the endorphin hits. Found the endorphin hits with NFTs.
And honestly, the
Yeah.
only reason I don't have an alcohol addiction is because of you guys. You know, I came here, I found serenity amongst my peers, which was nice. Um, I don't even talk to my real life friends anymore because they're all dorks. All they want to do is go drink at the golf course, um, and do dumb shit. And I don't do that anymore. I sit here in my office, I get work done. Um, yeah, I'm in my best form right now. Well, getting to my best form again. I feel like I'm 25 again. It's nice because I can actually run. I lost the belly in time for Azuki Vegas, which is dope. Now I can almost see my abs again, which is I haven't seen them in about 6 years, man. So it's very, very fucking nice to have good people around you, right? You can't explain this to normies. I told one of my normie friends to buy a clone because he has an alcohol problem as well. Um, he said no. So, his DUI the other day, I was the one that picked him up from the police station because if his wife did, they're getting divorced again.
Bro, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, I'm trying to tell people to come over here and try this shit, get off of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they watching me, and they like it's like they not doing it though. And I'm like, bro, I got my homie to get a beast. You feel me? But it's like, why are we not keeping up with the like Miami Art Basel dates? And like, why we not like trying to see what's up with the, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to keep you right here with me, but it's like, bro, you gotta fuck with it. This the future. This is what I'm on. And it's like you said, the separation is insane, bro. Cause like I'm a big person on loyalty. So the fact that like I'm drifting into this zone where like they not following me, they normally follow me everywhere, you feel me? But I don't know, they not getting it. Like, you feel me? I don't know. I feel you heavy
Bro,
on that
we
shit right
have
now.
a saying where I'm from. Um, this loyalty is priceless, and you can't buy loyalty, right? You have to earn it, and you have to accept it, man. It's just people find it hilarious that I'm so dedicated to the clones. They're always like, "Yo, but the floor price, bro." If I cared about the floor price of anything, my wallet wouldn't be filled with rugs. I would have made money in NFTs that I didn't stake, man. And I probably would have bought a fucking Lambo by now.
I have a policy. I don't get my friends or family involved in anything financial related. That's my policy,
No,
and it
I
works.
completely agree.
Unless they come to
This
me and say,
this is
"Yo,
not
what about this?
financial.
This, what about that stuff? Can you tell me about
This
that?"
is
Then I'll tell them what, educate them. But I've had too many,
mass
too many.
education is the future, bro, not onboarding. Because you onboard something to somebody, and then instantly, the moment they lose money, um, that becomes your problem. It's no longer their problem; it's your problem, right? So,
Yeah,
I usually
I would
don't do it.
I would really love to get my two friends in IRL that I've been close with for a long time. The problem is that they're at the kid stage, and for anybody that's in the kid stage, I mean, this is not a dig at you. I'm not at the kid stage. We probably got, I would say, maybe 2, 3 more years. We check in every now and then, but we're not at that stage yet. We will be eventually. But when we do get to that stage, that's what my money
I've
says
already
I want to
raised
do.
a child, Shadow. It's not glorious. It's actually very fulfilling, but it's not like it's not like coming here and like getting together with your friends and participating in the creator revolution. It's a very different type of satisfaction that people get from it. It's more of a, how would you say it, it's like the magnum opus of your existence, right? It's like this creation of yours is like the most important thing in your world, type vibes.
Yeah,
My nephew loves me
So
to death, right? But he won't hang out with me because he's 19 now. and I'm not cool enough anymore. So, I love him still. I still buy him nice things, but he don't want to hang out with me. I tried to take him out for teppanyaki this afternoon. He told me to go do it by myself. I said, "You never talked to me like that in your life. This is crazy. I don't know
So
how you parents do this.
in
It's
the last
crazy."
4 hours, the last 48 hours, clones are down like $500-600, right? Like, just think of a normie. They lost $600 in like 48 hours. You think they're gonna fuck with you? Like, bro, you lost me
It,
$600 in 48 hours. Like, they just don't get it. They don't understand it. So it's all my policy is always like, nah, bro, I'm not shilling nothing to my friends and family because the $600 to a lot of people is enough to fucking be bitter about a relationship, bro.
and,
So be
and
careful.
That's
that,
Like,
a deposit on a brand new fridge to me.
yeah, and that's
And
what
I
I was
lose it
really
daily.
trying to get into. Is I was trying to get to the point where the friends are in a position where they have kids, and I know my friends. I have nothing against them. I just know at least one of them has a tendency to like, my thing is this: if you don't do well, if you don't do well in the casino, you should not pick up NFTs. And that's just pretty much like I just foresee things can go very, very, very wrong. And I don't want to be the person that introduces that to them. So I tell them, like, yeah, I'm a part of NFTs. I told them about CloneX. I don't ever bring up price, though. And I don't ever make it sound like it's a profitable thing. I just make it sound like it's like a tech innovation type of deal because I don't want them saying, hey, man, I'm gonna try to get a couple grand together, man. Tell me how much money can I make off of this? It's like I just know my friends well enough to be like, no, this is not something I can be too open with until NFTs get to a different state of playing, which I know that they will get to eventually. They're not always going to be this expensive. The luxury ones, yes, but NFTs are going to start to be integrated into anything and everything, and it'll be more of a normal day to day thing and not a $50 to a couple grand type of adventure. So yeah.
So here's a thing that you can probably get them into. That's not. It's Web3 related, but it's not like you don't. It's I think it's like $20 a month. The Doctor Disrespect game. That's something interesting that they can get involved in. But the moment that they get shot in the head by me, and I go and I pick up all their items, they might quit. So uh, that's why I don't play video games with Jonah because he's not that good.
Hey, you're not supposed to say that on stages, Kiro.
No, I'm gonna say it, bro. I have no filter. I think the rest of the group is very used to this. At some point or another, you're gonna realize Subscribe and myself are the same person, but not the same person, but definitely the same person.
But no, yeah, no, yeah, I get. I just found that was very, very funny, and that was my first thought was, I bet you. Well, actually, you know what? I'm better than that. I ain't gonna even talk about people that I don't know like that. But what I wanted to say is, I just want to be very careful with who I bring into NFTs and at what point in time. And right now, I mean, NFTs can dip another 50%. I just, and it can break relationships. Like who was it? Compound, I think was saying, I mean, some people will watch the price like a hawk, and if they lose $500-600 in a couple of days, they'll be like, "Yo, man, what's going on?" With I'm starting to freak out, man. I thought you were saying this was going to be like 50K one day. Like, I'm not trying to go through all that. This is the same reason why I don't tell my family really about anything crypto related, other than telling them, "Hey, I recommend you put 20 to maybe $50 a month into Bitcoin." Some of them picked it up, some of them didn't. I don't ever tell them about financial wealth or none of that stuff because I just can't be responsible. If you're not going to put in the work like I'm putting in the work, it's just kind of hard trying to get people into it, because it does sometimes, rather if we want it or not, it just ends up falling on us. And if things go wrong, they might not say it, but it will be on us in their minds. So, yeah, that's all I want to say.
No, I completely agree with you, bro. You know, not everyone is built for this. I won money in Vegas. I didn't know I did. Win called me the other day and told me that I have 10 days comped stay at the Wynn in a penthouse. I told them I'm not coming. They're like, you have about 17,000 and change on your Wynn card. What are you doing with it? I said the next time I come to Vegas, I might cash it in. I might not even ever go back to Vegas again now. There's nothing there for me. There's nothing about Vegas that I like other than seeing my friends. And, I might visit Mozzie at some point there. That doesn't mean I'm going on the strip. I'll tell you that much. I won't even stay on the strip. I stayed outside of the strip near the airport so I could boogie home um, immediately, post haste. I didn't want to be there any longer than I had to be on the strip. I was kind of upset that Hakkasan was on the strip. I really enjoyed the satellite events because they weren't on the strip. They were in like the industrial areas, especially the one that I got all this art from, Skate the Gallery. That was fun, but that wasn't on the strip. And Hakkasan was fun. I didn't drink. I definitely smoked cigarettes and smoked weed in that place, and I had fun. So yeah, if they ever do another Hakkasan event, I'll definitely go. Um, but I don't think that's in the cards. I think something else is in the cards. Even like for the CloneX event, I would love to go to Paris instead of wherever the heck people want to go that has gambling and stuff. That's for sure. I'm not big into gambling, other than like, I used to do like random mints and stuff that people would talk about on the timeline. And then at some point or another, I realized those were all liquidity extraction events. Those weren't even like what am I going to do with a bunch of eggs that aren't animus? Like none of this stuff makes any sense to me. I know what I'm getting with animus. I'm getting Murakami's art. I'm getting Jarlin's art, even though Jarlin hates me, but it's okay because um, I just say whatever, and he doesn't like that, and I appreciate that.
I feel like I was just taking on a ride. I was on it. That was a
Yeah,
fun.
I'm trying to hold it down for subscribing myself here, man. I'm
You're
gonna go
doing
visit
2-man
Subscribe
job, bro.
soon.
So while that was happening, oh shit. Sorry, I dropped my phone. What was happening? Shauna's computer crashed, and we were trying to find her a mouse, so it's all chaotic over here. And she's writing a big paper, and she's like, "Fuck!" So like, I was like scrambling for a mouse, but then I heard that we're going to Vegas to see Mozzie, and I was like, "What the hell?" I guess we're going to Vegas to see Mozzie, or Kuro is. So I'm just a little lost, a little flustered right now, Kuro. Night's going well. It's actually my friend's birthday tonight. Actually, our roommate's birthday. So we got cake here. Got some dinner. I'm not gonna do 2-3 hours tonight on Spaces. I'm gonna spend some time with the roommates. But I am gonna check in with Dre Mill tonight because last night we ended chaotically. So we're gonna see how he's doing.
I'm good, man. I just ate some dinner. Tired. I'm ready to go to sleep. It's 7:39, and I'm ready to go to sleep. This is some bullshit, but I'll be able to be early to rise to ride the bike tomorrow. So that's a plus. Just want to make sure I say
Bro,
this,
you're
man.
killing that bike riding, bro. I can't even fathom how you're going up and down those freaking hills.
I mean, it's you know what you tell yourself. You're gonna do it or you won't. And you can go up and you can get steep and it can get crazy and you be like, man, what the fuck is this? And then you say to yourself,
Sounds like a conversation with
and
me.
then you say to yourself, yo, what you gonna do? You gonna go up this steep shit or you gonna turn around? And then you just got to deal with yourself depending on what choice you make. And I'm not no bitch, man. I ain't gonna tell myself to go back down. Like, oh, it's too big. I gotta go. Nah, man. You go one step in front of the other, like everything else in life. It's a euphemism for living, man. So that's how you just one step in front of the other, and then it gets easier and easier the more you do it, like everything else in life. So that's what I want to say. We went through a miraculous 24 hours here, right? The vibe has shifted so quickly, so extremely in 24 hours, and don't be afraid to disconnect, man. When things get too deep, when the pressure is on too much, don't be afraid to disconnect. Find a thing that allows you to flow, allows you to feel better, allows you to disconnect and go to the Zen place that you want to be in. Find that and do that. and do it as much as you possibly can, because we only here for one trip, right? YOLO. So that's what I wanted to say. Don't get too engulfed in what's happening here at all times that you forget that we're missing out on the joys of living. So I appreciate y'all, man. It is what it is. We will see y'all tomorrow. Have a great one. Kiss your family.
Beautifully said, bro.
For sure.
Have a good night, y'all.